Okay. We are here. Cancel. Testing. Okay. The bar go up means it should be working. Alright, now if I could get my software to start. My Affinity publisher is not starting for some reason. It is in fact crashing. Okay. Let's kill its process completely, shall we? Let's kill Chrome, we don't need it for right now. Affinity publisher. Can we boot, please? What is going on? Why isn't it working? Not responding. Close the program. Wait for response. Oh. Okay, so Affinity 2 is just freaking out for some reason. Let's see if we can use Affinity 1. I've got an old version of the document. I guess I should go to the other screen. So, I know it's not particularly interesting, my background, but until something loads, why is Affinity not working? Are there like Windows updates that are interfering with crap again? I don't see anything about it. Oh. Okay. Affinity publisher is not responding. Why? Run as admin. Let's wait for it to respond. Hello, anybody who's here. We are having technical difficulties because for whatever reason, neither version of Affinity will open. I guess we can look this up. Wait for the clear user data dialog and watch for the application to appear in the taskbar. Get the icon but not the dialog. Click the icon when you have the dialog. Release the control key. Okay. See clear. Let's see if this fixes it. Name. Okay, it's not turning white and crashing out this time, but it's still not doing any. Oh, nope, there it goes. Crashed again. What is going on? Poop. Well, this isn't good. Okay, we're just gonna, I guess, do this the old-fashioned way. And just do it on docs. It's not ideal, but until I can figure out whatever the heck's going on with Affinity and why it won't start, I don't guess I have a choice. Alright. So today, for a request from a friend of mine, hello Frog, Ray, how is you, if you see this? We're making Galamoth from Castlevania. The big bastard. Oh, that's right. That's how this does things. Galamoth 2E. Okay, we're just gonna... To the night mode people, of which I am one, I am sorry. Okay, so we have ourselves a Galamoth here that we are working on. Galamoth. I am going to get right into the mechanics today because he's going to be a rather high-level creature. Unique. Fiend. Unique. Gargantuan. Fiend. Unholy. Let's see here. Alright. Perception. Plus X. Dark vision. Time sight. Okey-dokey. Languages. Estonian. Demonic. Diabolic. Celestial. Diabolic. Requiem. Utopian. Is Protean a language? I think you would speak that. Languages. Gift to you. Yes, Protean is a language. It's Chthonian, not... Oh, I did it right. Okay. Diabolic, demonic. Emprian is not celestial. Emprian. And why not talk to the dead? Necro. Roll. Tongue. Telepathy. 100 feet. He's got all them languages. And it's not called tongues anymore. I don't think. True speech. Format, align and indent, indentation, special indent, hanging indent, A4. No. Oh, I see. Format. Indentation object. 2. There's a 0.19, I think. Yeah. Okay. Languages, skills, PR, strength, X, on, int, Wiz, Ka, items, I'm gonna get rid of time sight and make it a defensive ability. Okay. Items. Building creatures. Sure is taking a minute. I wonder if Archives is really heavily loaded down today. Or maybe my computer's just screwing up, because it seems like that could definitely be the case. Okay. So, safe item is a unique individual, but still. Alright, we've basically got carte blanche on a level 24 creature. Alright, so runes. It does lightning damage, so +3 major striking, greater shock. Scepter. Have I gotten to the page yet? Yes, okay. Can I have just the weapon ones, please? This would make finding what I'm looking for easier. Weapon property runes. Okay, so we'll do... We're gonna make this a nasty-ass weapon. So +3 major striking, greater shock, greater thundering, greater impactful, greater impactful mace. Weapons. It's a scepter. It looks like a mace. So we'll go with a mace. Greater impactful mace. It's one item. Functions as a scepter of kings. Greater shock, greater thundering, greater impactful. so we'll have those up when we need them. Alright, so we have AC, port, ref, will, guard, life. Okay, I'm statistic. Alright, lightning storm. Status ceased. Alright. Immunities. Resistances. Weaknesses. Alright. Time, immunity. Galamoth is a time immunity is divine. Galamoth is a being beyond time and is unaffected. By. Hey Runia, they're going kind of jankily for whatever reason. My affinity, well, it won't boot. It's stuck like this, and it keeps just doing that. So I'm using just docs today, but we're making Galamoth from Castlevania Symphony of the Night and more, for a request of a friend. So we've got ye old Demon King here. We're working on some of his abilities right now. I'm starting on the mechanics, even though he's got plenty of things to write down for lore bits, just because a level 24 creature might take a little bit longer than usual. Gave him a nasty weapon. Ideally, I'd like to make a custom weapon for him, but for now, again, time constraints. Unaffected by... Unaffected by effects that would pause. I would stop, slow, or otherwise detrimentally affect time, such as what's the one spell called? Time Stutter? I will just go with like, such as freeze time. I've been more or less keeping an eye on a raid train that I'm part of, while also watching other videos, and people had an idea for new use of hero points. Got it while watching the ESO trailer fight against that one knight on the roof. I think everybody's seen that video. What was the idea? Such as stops or otherwise detrimentally affect time, or just freeze time and slow. A creature in lock B would, let's see how freeze time works. In addition, an effect such as freeze time, stream time. It also gains those actions. Also gains those actions acting in turn with the creature in question. Creature question. Actions taking his set of he needs to writing for non-unique creatures. Long story short, much in the same way that you can spend whatever points you have to keep yourself from dying, but then are out of a fight, you should have the max 3 points. Spend them all to remove one foe from a fight. They aren't dead, but rather narrative equivalent. That's a problem for future me. Oh, like I've seen a few other games where that's sort of a thing. Hey, Deathy. It's not a perfect author. Yeah, I'd say like if you were trying to codify it instead of go off a feel, it'd probably be something that you apply to creatures that are like 2 levels lower than you, or something like that, because that's and a stretch too. Okay. Okay, got a big stretch. Okay, I do have some drink left. And a hydrate. Thank you, Deathy. But like, so a creature of 2 levels lower than the PC is roughly equivalent to the PC in terms of in terms of certain math aspects. Like if you reduce a party down to one person, a creature minus 2 levels is a moderate encounter, so it's a head-to-head. So that might be a good like baseline for you to work off of. Acting in turn with creature, taking his set of actions after each set of the other creature's actions. Actions. If the effect prevents a creature from harming other creatures directly, the affected creature and Galamoth can harm each other directly until the effect ends. Kind of a complicated thing for a super niche case, but still. Perhaps, but I was also thinking in terms of time between next meeting sort of chart, but then I run into ideas of should people of higher levels than the party be seen sooner to keep the pressure on, allowing them mostly a chance to regaining footing or changing the battleground, or should they be put off for when they are better equipped and healed? Equally so, should lower creatures bounce back quicker or let them roam free and level up for revenge? I think you keep it loose. Like, I don't think you try to codify it. You might make suggestions, of course, for like, oh, this was just kind of a random-ish encounter anyway. It doesn't matter that much, so here's some suggestions. But for especially narratively important encounters and characters, leave that up to the GM. Like, it's going to vary so hard on what's most appropriate. Give plenty of guidelines, give plenty of possibilities, but I wouldn't try to over codify it, if that makes sense. I'm very guilty of over codifying things, personally, and I've gotten better about it. So that's my suggestion, I guess. Suppose a creature. No, we're not supposing. This is a definite if, or I suppose when a creature in Galamoth's vicinity would gain additional actions from an effect such as freeze time, he also gains those actions, acting in turn with the creature in question, taking his set of actions after each set of the other creature's actions. If the effect prevents a creature from harming other creatures directly, the affected creature and Galamoth can harm each other directly until the effect ends. Okay, so one of Galamoth's apparent abilities is that he can see through frozen time and see through time distortions, and his soul ability in one of the games makes you immune to time stop. So there we have time immunity. We're going to make him immune to electricity. Let's see if we can open him in the Symphony of the Night Bestiary, and if it's any different. Nope, it just takes me back to the same page. It has been so long since I fought Galamoth. I haven't played Symphony of the Night in a while. I miss it. I just never have time for games, really, these days. Okay, so he doesn't have any particular strengths or weaknesses. He's just really, really durable. Okay, and he's immune to time stuff. So, I think because he's a fiend, we give him a weakness to holy. Which we will find a little bit earlier. But he does have super high defenses and over most of him, so we might give him resistance to physical. Because I'm trying to also collate the way that the damage in. Hey, Supercat. How's it going? I'm also trying to remember how damage works in Symphony of the Night, because he has extremely high just resistance in general, like defense, which would equate to physical resistance in that sort of instance. You could say it's AC, but he's not necessarily the hardest to hit. So, yeah, we'll give him physical. It might change it to all, but actually I can click on somebody here. Give me damage. How does it work against defense? Damage types. Let's see. Symphony of the Night. Damage type. Symphony of the Night attribute. Elemental affinity. Yeah. Elemental weapons have 2 attributes. Does defense work? All right, so we're gonna go with just physical there, and we'll come back to it in a little bit when we're doing numbers. So we got time immunity. Now let's take a look at his attacks. He has some very magical Lee attacks, but I wouldn't say he's a spellcaster. Got lots of lightning attacks, but he also kicks and bonks. And 8 black orbs. So let's go with him having sort of a cyclical attack. We'll give him reactive strike. That will sort of cover the if you're close and on the ground he smacks you thing, which was a quick attack for him in the game. Reaction. And that should be above time immunity. Insert a horizontal line. We got speed. He doesn't necessarily seem very fast, so 30 feet. But we can make him kind of nasty by giving him one use of free. We'll give him some innate spells, and we'll give him freeze time, just so that he can be a massive jackwad to him, to the party. Like he is like a god tier creature. Just freeze time and slow. When a creature in Galamoth's vicinity would gain additional action. Is slow actually a time-like spell? I forget. I think it is. But unfortunately, time is a creature trait and not actually applied to spells. You dilate the flow of time around the targets. Okay, yeah. Yep. Flow would be affected by his immunity. Beat melee. The scepter plus X magical. What's mace? What do maces have? Mace. They have very slow loading times, is what they have. I think archives might be a little busy today. Either that or for the same reason that my affinity won't boot. My computer is being strange. Magical. Shove. Unholy. Reach 15 feet. XDX XDY plus we have 1d6 force, 1d 6 sonic, 6 sonic, and 1d6 greater shock is 1d6 as well, and 1d6 electricity. Is that electricity damage? Yeah. So I need to lower the average damage of whatever this is supposed to be by 10.5. And he does so much shit on a critical hit. I will give him I know he's not technically resistant to it, but we'll give him electricity immunity. Electricity. This damage. Up away. Up away. Wrong button. Okay. Ranged. Bolt. Beam bolt. Ranged. Dark sphere. Axe. Magical. Shadow. Unholy. Or no, we'll make it void. Shadow. Unholy. Void. Damage. XDY plus. Oh, and let's see. Range increment. $40 feet. Bean bolts will have just a maximum range plus axe. Electricity. Magical. Range 60 feet. Unholy. Damage. XDY plus. Alright. So now that we have those in concept. Must be wielding his scepter. Really? Must be wielding his scepter as a requirement, effectively. Action. Let's see. Actually, let's put that on the Dark Orbs one. It doesn't say he needs it. He does anything with his scepter or his lightning. Electricity. Yeah. Bludgeoning. Electricity. His claw plus X, agile, reach 15 feet, unarmed, unholy. XDY plus X. XDY plus slashing. Alright, basic attacks down. Crescent-shaped lightning bolt. Maybe take this one out. And we'll give innate, divine, spells, DC, attack plus X, 10th, freeze time, cantrips, I need to see something right quick. The creatures. Filters, attributes, no, not attributes, level 24. Nate, or cantrip. I need to know if cantrips max out at 10th level or if they keep going. In theory, they keep going, but okay, they do seem to max out at 10th for creatures at least. Alright, so cantrips, 10th. Electric arc. Best spell in the game according to people who don't want to have fun. That was probably a little shitty. I was just making a joke. Not actually shitting on people liking electric arc. Fine. Okay. And then we have bonus constant. 7th for what it matters. Through speech. Let's see. Paste. Slow. Slow can. No, I'll just leave it. Paste. Three. Third. Paste. That will help only. Let's find spells. All spells. Rates filter. Get electricity. And get a sixth. Chain lightning. Times 3. And we'll copy this. Make it once a singular 9th level chain lightning. I'm gonna give him. We gotta give him Horizon Thunder Sphere, right? Just cause. 1 9th level Horizon Thunder Sphere for the epic possibilities. Horizon Thunder Sphere. And we'll give it to him at will at 3rd level. Horizon Thunder Sphere at will. Oop, wrong one. So we'll call those his innate spells. Bonjour, Galamoth. What's the other thing you have in your hand? Kind of looks like a shovel. Yeah. It's probably just some sort of thing associated with kingliness, I think. But let's see. Galamoth. Let's see if we can see him. Find a picture of him with his other thing. Oh, it's like a blade thing. Hold on. Copy image. Can I also punch that in there? See? So it's a knife. A guitar? Not a guitar. It's a little bit like a guitar. Okay, so maybe instead of a claw, we give him maybe hold a shovel to guard his butt. Nah, he needs to guard his head. It's the only place with 0 defense. It's a punching dagger, basically. How big are they? Rather massive. Okay, so Alucard is a tall boy. He's like 6 foot something. And he does not come up to Galamoth's knee. I wonder if it actually says what his height is in the thing. Hold on. No, but that's true. How tall is Galamoth? How tall is Galamoth? So if someone tries to climb up him from behind and he's got a shovel, he can slap them off. It's not a shovel. it's like a punching dagger or a slashing thingy. But alas, it's not a shovel. No, he can just slice them off instead. Or bonk them with his massive godly scepter. This thing. Which is also bigger than your average human. Because, like, Alucard only stands, like, this tall on him. Shovel has more utility. Well, maybe he can attach it to the scepter and it turns into a spade. Like, if this is approximately 6 feet, that's like another 6. It's like another 6. That's like another 6. It's like another 6. So, like, he's tall. I have him as gargantuan. Is it Qatar? Is that the correct name of the weapon? Qatar. Punching daggers. They deal piercing though. Fantasy game about living out my dreams. My dream is that Galamoth is carrying a shovel. Alright. Your Galamoth can carry a shovel. It's fine. You can have a shovel moth. Or knuckle dagger. Chakram? No, that's thrown only. Oh, what are they called? The sun and... Or sun... and wind. Sun and wind. Blades, or... Wind blades? I cannot remember what the hell they're called. Weapons. Filters. I believe they're advanced. A bladed hoop, maybe? Would be good. Circular hoop. Wield it in 2 hands. Or by Spinning it around an arm. No, that's not quite what we're looking for here. Fenghuolon. Wind and fire wheels. That's. I was thinking of sun, not fire. That is the most allegorical on action. Pathfinder. Oh, this is the same message. The Thunder Disc. We call it the Thunder Disc. Or Storm Disc. No. Lightning Disc. Lightning Disc. Functions as a +3 major striking, greater shock, bang, whoa, long. Agile, disarm, finesse. I'm gonna leave out the monk, parry, and twin traits, because while they're there, they're not pertinent at all to him. Or a parry is fine. Parry. He's slashing. Could be 4s. Or is it greater shock? Yeah. Okay. Slashing plus 1d6. Electricity. Okay. So we've got this little offhand thing. We've got a scepter. This should be D6 base. Excuse me. Dark sphere. Void. So look at this and I'll go like dark burst. 1 action, 2, 3 actions. Is Galamoth unleashes a torrent of dark spheres from his scepter. Oh, requirements must be wielding his scepter. Requirements must be wielding his scepter. Effect. Galamoth unleashes a torrent of dark spheres from his scepter, making one strike for each action spent on Dark Burst. On a failure, the target. On a failure, success, the target, and recent creatures take 4 additional void flash damage. On a failure, success, or critical success, the target and adjacent creatures take 4 additional void splash. Damage. On a success or better, target must attempt must succeed. Oh, not capital. Must succeed a DC X. Fortitude save. Or become doomed 1. Or increase their doomed condition by 1. Increase their doomed condition by 1. Come on. Cannot use Dark Burst again for 1d4 rounds. It's not like a huge thing, but if I don't put a limit on it, he could, in theory, doom you down to death almost immediately. So, because if you hit doomed 4, you're dead. Or if you hit doomed 5, if you've got, I think, Die Hard. So we've got his sort of lightning attacks covered by a bunch of chain lightnings, Horizon Thunder Sphere at will, Electric Arc. Let's see. What's some more about his lore? What can we extract from him? I mean, I guess he doesn't have to be overly complicated. Grand Slam. Two actions. Galamoth, requirements. Galamoth is wielding a scepter. Fact. Galamoth slams his scepter down a space within 15. Down, causing it to erupt with the fury of a divine storm. Creatures in a other creatures in a 20-foot burst centered within 15 feet, which is always going to mean he takes up some of that burst. Within 15 feet. Let's attempt a reflex save. DC X. Divine Storm, dealing XDX electricity and XDX sonic damage. Critical success. Failure. Critical failure. creature is unaffected. Galamoth. Gonna use Grand Slam. Again, for 1d4 rounds. Creature's unaffected. Creature takes half damage and is pushed 5 feet away from the center of the burst. As the creature takes full damage and is pushed 10 feet away from the center of the burst. Critical failure, the creature takes double damage and is pushed 20 feet away from the center of the burst. All right. Building creatures. Now we start to go get our numbers. Athletics. Deception. Diplomacy. Intimidation. Religion. Get off of me. There is a fly. It is very bothersome. Religion. All right. Let's get our base stuff here. I don't know that we give him a uniquely extreme benefit for his level. I think he's going to be really high strength and really high con. But I think elsewise we kind of do something like that. How long have you been a streamer and how did you come up with the name Eldritch Stream for your channel? Technically speaking, I started streaming many years ago, but it was for a very short period of time. I did a fundraiser and a charity stream. And that was about it. And then I didn't stream for years. So outside of that, like if we're counting this bit of streaming, I've only been streaming for about a month. And my channel name is the same as most of my stuff, because I'm just generally Eldritch Dream at this point, which I got because I was reading about Azathoth, which is one of the outer gods, which I was reading him through the lens of Pathfinder at first, and then I went into the broader mythos. It's a Lovecraftian outer god, and basically one of the potential reads on Azathoth is that all of reality is Azathoth's dream, and the way that people summon Azathoth and he ends up chewing up planets and stuff is by kind of poking him while he's asleep. You wake him up and everything ends. And there's an entire court of unnamed outer gods that dance around him and sing and play weird music to keep him asleep. Even the outer gods are like, don't wake this motherfucker up. And so Eldritch Dream was everything is an Eldritch Dream, because everything is the dream of the Daemon Sultan, the blind idiot god, Azathoth. And I like outer gods and aberrations and stuff like that. So that's how I got my name. Because I thought that was neat. And so I think technically speaking, you can say I've been streaming for several years, but in reality, I've been streaming about a month. Functions as a high grade silver. Why not? Give it a little something. Okay, where do we need numbers? First perception. It's not all that deep, I don't guess. I'm just a dork, basically. 42. Or we have 10, which is slightly higher than moderate, so let's see. 38, 42, let's do 41. You do be seen through time. It doesn't have to be deep, and it's perfectly good to be a geek. Yeah. Skill. And for skills. I think I just want to go for high on his athletics. And his intimidation, but we'll go for but we'll go for 43 on diplomacy and deception. And it's neat. It's neat. Do you know that a British slang there's a word for a combination of a nerd and a geek? It's neek. I think I qualify as a neek because I like science, and while I used to hate math, I got really into using math to find out stupid shit about TTRPGs. So long after school, I would have done much better in school if I was playing TTRPGs back then. Just because I would have figured out a way to make math seem applicable in an interesting way. Religion would be plus 40. Yeah. Just plus 40. I don't think I'm gonna reach into too many like extreme numbers here. One is already level 24. It's a very dangerous level to begin with. I think what we'll probably do is have really high resistances on weaknesses here. I might add a few more immunities. Want to think about it some more. Have an okay AC. We've already done our items. Like, I want him to be more of the meat bag that he is in the game. So we'll just give him a very mediocre AC of 50. For his level. He's very fortitude-y. So let's go with a 42 reflex. Or 42 fortitude. See what's... Dex is our worst. So we have a 36, and we'll do plus 3 to that for 39 on will, which is a little above moderate for his level. So he's got one good defense and a bad defense, a mediocre defense, or slightly above mediocre defense, and a mediocre AC. I mentioned earlier I might give him resistance to all, and I think I am going to do that. All except oops. I'll accept holy spirit expect force, holy spirit, holy or spirit. Everything, so it's pretty damn chunky. And we'll do holy weakness of 20 to counteract. We could do 25. I'll think about it. HP. We give him a lot of HP. It looks like the upper 600 or the mid 600s is about where he settles, or where high settles. So we want to give him a lot of HP. Doesn't have regeneration or anything. Like, he doesn't recover hit points in the game. Except, I have an idea actually. Except electricity. Let's turn off his immunity to electricity, and because I think you can actually heal him with electricity in the game. Can you? Galamoth. No, actually, never mind. I was thinking of giving him like an electrical healing thing, but nah. We'll just give him a shit ton of HP. Okay, so we have con 12. Okay, so 24 times 12. Plus 8. It's 12. So what if it was 24 times, or wait, get 288 times 2 plus 48? No. Okay, that makes more sense. 624 hit points. Alright. So he doesn't have the highest AC. He's got a really good fort. Kind of a crap dex for his level. Decent well. Resists all damage except Force, Holy, or Spirit. Force, Holy, Spirit, or Force, Holy, Precision, or Spirit. Because he has a weakness on his head where he has like no defense and otherwise has like massive defense everywhere else. So I think we can represent that with precision damage. So you can get around his resistances by dealing precision damage to him. Just a little bit. It'll still apply to the rest of your damages. I think. Let's see. Precision damage. Precision damage. Damage types. Grants precision damage. You increase the attack's listed damage using the same damage type rather than tracking a separate pool of damage. For example, a non-magical dagger strike that deals 1d6 precision damage from a rogue sneak attack increases the piercing damage by 1d6. Some creatures are immune. But it would still take the rest of the piercing damage from the strike. Since precision damage is always the same type of damage, a creature that is resistant to physical damage, like a gargoyle, would resist not only pierce damage, but also the precision damage, even though it's not specifically resistant to the precision damage. So, I guess this is technically open to interpretation to how exactly this works. Do you only take the precision damage, or do you take the combined physical damage? I would probably say the combined physical damage. That seems to be the intent behind precision damage. So you know what? We'll just clarify by codifying. So precision vulnerability. Galamoth's defenses are imperfect. Precision damage causes the damage it modifies to ignore Galamoth resistant to to half Galamoth's resistance to the modified damage. So do it this way. Half versus precision. Yeah, I can't spell worth a shit. Precision damage causes the damage it... Precision... Precision damage ignores half of Galamoth resistance to damage it modifies. There. That way we're just more clear. So that way, if you have a dagger that deals, 4d4 piercing damage and you get 1d6 sneak attack because you're a multi-class rogue, the entire pool of damage, of physical or piercing damage, only has 10 taken out of it instead of 20. Okay. This doesn't need anything. We need hit chance. Or we need saves. Actually. No, did we do it? Yeah, we already did saves. Never mind. Sure. We need attack bonus. Strike attack bonus. Probably gonna be good at these. But not extreme. So we're gonna go with 44 because his strength is just higher than anything. These are going to be 3 lower, so 41. Or let's see, because we have strength of 12, dex of 9. Even if he had much higher thing, it would be 43. But I think I want his special range thing to be a bit lower. But we can make them agile. To try and mitigate that sum for his Dark Burst activity. threw shadow in there for flavor. It doesn't actually have to be there. It's just void damage. Alright, now we get to be looking at the damage. So our baseline damage that we're looking at generating is 52. Okay. Any dice, come here to my advantage. Any dice is a dice calculator that helps you find things like averages and such really, really easily. So I've got plus 3d6 on the scepter, 4d6 plus 3d6. Base calculation puts us at 24 and a half. With no variations. Or no flat modifiers. So building, they got plus 26 there as the default. Don't think that's gonna bring us up, but it might. Calculate. We'll do plus 28 and that'll make it work. So 46. My partner is online. Sorry, I'm going to be with them for a little while. Thank you for streaming this. No problem, Runia. Thanks for coming by. Glad to have you and hope to see you again later. Have fun and enjoy your time with your loved ones. 6 plus 28. I love these streams. Thank you. That means a lot. I enjoy designing things and making stuff a little more than I enjoy layout, but layout is work I have to actually do. But I'll see you later. And if you're on when I get off, I'll raid. Or, well, I'm about to actually finish this up here probably in the next 10 minutes or so. But whenever you're on, I'll raid if I'm there. Okay, so our scepter is ready. And we need to aim a touch lower for the lightning disc because it's an agile weapon. We're aiming at 44. And we're currently looking at a baseline of 5d6 damage. So 5d6 runs us only 1750. And we need to get to 44. Or it's not even, we're on D4, so we're actually 44 plus 1 D6. So we might actually amp this a little bit by adding runes to it. So probably do greater thundering on it as well. Greater shock. Greater thundering. That'll give us another D6. And 1 D6 sonic. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Slashing plus 1d6 electricity and 1d6 sonic. That gives us another 3.5 average, making us I know how to do this. Minus 44, and so we want to aim for 0 with the negative. So plus 28 will land us, I think, 1 point above average here, and that will be just fine. So 44 plus 28 slashing plus 1d6 electricity and 1d6 sonic. And we are good there. Ranged usually drops yet another price point, so to speak, on damage. So we will be aiming at 35 average damage, and we are probably just going to take it like a straight d12. So 5d12 minus, what did I say, it was 35? Calculate. That leaves us a little low. So that's probably fine, but let's try 7d8. 8d8. 8d8 leaves us 1 point above average. So yeah, we'll do no flat bonus, just 8d8. And this is similar, like, you got liches that do something akin to this, where you just have a lot of dice, you don't have a flat bonus, because it stands outside of normal weapon rules. And he's got his spells. We should probably only do a moderate DC since he's so good at actually hitting shit. So let's do a moderate DC, 45. And then that makes this plus 37, I think. Or it says, yeah, 37. We could also take the high DC and drop it by 2, which might be the more balanced option, actually. So yeah, let's split the difference here and do that. That seems about right. So 48 goes down to 47, and oh, that's kind of odd. But okay, we'll say 39 for spell attack. I just noticed the math's a little odd there on the high attack bonus. It doesn't fit the normal pattern. Might be a typo, perhaps, or yeah. Okay, so I guess the thing to think is are we going up 2 or are we going down 2? I'm gonna leave it there. Requirements effect. Our normal DCs should be 48. Because you generally go for anything that the is just an ability of the creature, you go with the high DC, unless it's like an aura or something that's pretty constant and just auto punishes. Then you usually go with either moderate or you do high DC -2. Or yeah. Do this. He's not as accomplished a spellcaster. Alright, and we have our limited use is 88 damage that we're looking at. Now, Dark Burst does not follow this. Dark Burst is all about them doomed conditions. He can potentially give you doomed 3 in a single round, which is very devastating. So we shall not be touching Dark Burst. in terms of damage. It deals a little bit of AoE. It turns Dark Sphere into a bomb, basically. Scepter down. Doesn't interrupt with the Fury of a Divine Storm. Alright, so we're aiming at 88 damage. We can afford to go slightly over budget because it is split damage, but we're only talking about a point or two over budget. And you can also have, like, a lot of times you'll see these damages be even. You don't have to. You can. You can have them be offset from one another. Okay, so 10d8 on both is too much. What about 10d6 on both? That's too little. 12d6 on both. It's 84 damage. Let's do 8d12 lightning and like 8d8 Sonic. Hey, that's right on the money right there. So 8d12 electricity and 8d8 Sonics, right on the money. Oh my god, I surpassed the 100k mark, new high score. Nice, very good. Now break the game. Go until the system runs out of memory. I think that's actually impossible to do on the newer Tetris games. I think you can only do that on the old ones. And even then, it's like a thing that, despite how long Tetris has been out, has only been done by an actual human, like, within the last year. Playing the game to break. Yeah. Only NES games. Yay, sports. Not Tetris. Alright. Half damage is push 5 feet away from the center of the burst. We do not need a dash. That is, use the dash for foot, not feet. Only NES games have fully been broken to the limit. Yeah. Okay. I think we're done. Okay. So yeah, there's Galamoth, level 24 creature, unique gargantuan unholy fiend, 41 perception, dark vision, all of the outsider languages basically, true speech and telepathy. His athletics, deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and religion. Good attributes because he's the demon king, he's nigh a god. He has the lightning disc and the scepter of fiendish kings, which are just his weapons. He has a somewhat mediocre AC, very good fortitude save, reflex. Will is pretty okay. It's slightly above average. His HP is very high. He has immunity to electricity. He has a special immunity to time, resistance to all except force, holy, or spirit, and half versus precision, and a weakness to holy. This precision vulnerability, where we're just saying that everything that the precision damage modifies has only half resistance to it. And time immunity, so basically if you cast freeze time near him, he gets the benefits of freeze time as well. And also you can't affect him with stuff like slow. He's unslowable. Though, as a matter of intent, if he is hasted, you should still be able to counteract his haste with slow. Just as a note of intent out there. And when a creature in Galamoth's vicinity would gain... Oh, yeah. I just summarized it. Basically, he can't be screwed with detrimental time effects. I went into the whole bit about freeze time because it's technically not a detriment. He gets to act during that too. Got his attacks. He's doing sort of martial damage for the most part. His Dark Sphere doesn't do a whole lot. It gets a little extra bonus with Dark Burst. And Dark Burst can potentially get you very, very dangerously close to dead through the doomed condition. And potentially, if he gets a second round of it on you, he could outright kill you with it. The target, and on a success or better, the target must succeed a DC 48 Fortitude save. So yeah, if he focuses down, he could potentially give you Doomed 3 in a single round. And that is a very dangerous thing. Grand Slam. He whaps down and big boom, dealing lots of damage and knocking people away. So not an overly complicated bad guy, but a tough one. A big baddie. A ripper. I ended up giving him nothing in the extreme, which might be a mistake for a level 24 creature. I could probably give him some more HP, but I did give him resistance all 20. So we'll see. I haven't made that many super, super high level creatures, and I haven't broken down that many super, super high level creatures. So I'm going to call this one good for now, mostly because I have to get ready for work and such. But this sounds very cool. I'd love to fight it. Oh, hopefully sometime you'll get to. Once I can get my affinity to work again, I'll put him in there, make it pretty. Is it something about your powerful Eldritch theme that let me suppress my high scores, or is this just a coincidence? Probably just a coincidence, but ignore the tentacle in the battery case. Just ignore that. And I'll do up a little bit of, a lore write-up, because Galamoth's actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that before, but once I can get stuff working again, I'll put him in Affinity and he'll go up on Patreon for free with all the other Castlevania stuff. So, but for now, gotta go find somebody to raid and get on getting ready for work. So, I'll see you all around. Thanks for coming in and tuning in to stream. And where'd I go? Here we go. Raid browser. Let's see. It's actually a decent amount of Pathfinder going on right now. So we are going to maybe go to one that is in English, because I cannot I think that's Russian. I don't understand Russian, unfortunately. So we're going to raid Yukina Tsukino. I'd love to support you. Oh, pop out. I'd love to support you, but I haven't the money for such things. I know that feeling. I'm also a very broke person, so I 100% understand that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Word of mouth does a lot. If you know anybody that it would be interested, you can also just follow for free. The Patreon is 100% free. Nothing on there is behind a paywall. I think you probably already follow. I think you've opened it before. But yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And if you know anybody who might be interested, please point them that way as well. But for now, we're gonna go bye-bye. I've opened it but haven't followed. I could make an account. Yeah, if you want. There's no pressure. Like if that's an inconvenience to you, don't worry about it. But I really do appreciate it. Even just checking this stuff out. Bye. No problem.